Hello, good evening. My name is Zulhaimi bin Musa, and my partner is Shazmin Azuan bin Shafarob. So we are going to present about the syndrome Down condition, prepared for rehabilitation in special population PHT 6 to 7 for Dr. Shamila, anak perempuan Gopala Krishna Pillai. Okay. In this slide, there is an introduction, etiology, symptom, pathophysiology, physiotherapy assessment, physiotherapy management, and also references. Okay, what is syndrome Down? So syndrome Down is a kind of genetic disorder which characterized by the presence of an extra copy of chromosome 21. This condition, we call it as a trisomy 21. So who find out what is syndrome Down? So the syndrome is named after the British physician who the first described it in 1886, which is John Langdon Down. So syndrome Down was taken from his name, Down. So people with syndrome Down typically exhibit distinctive physical characteristics, intellectual impairment, and also variety in medical issue. So the prevalence of the syndrome Down for the worldwide, it is about 1,000 births with one cases all around the world. Okay, the prevalence was taken by the researchers at 2017, De Graaf et al. So in Malaysia, let's just narrow down. In Malaysia, the statistic was taken from the Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia at 2023. So in Malaysia, the total incident rate is one case for every 800 live birth. So the older the woman is when she give birth, the greater the likelihood of complication occurring. So now, what is the etiology of the syndrome Down? The genetic disease known as syndrome Down is brought on by an additional whole or partial copy of chromosome 21. So the changes in development and abnormal physical characteristics are triggered by this additional genetic material in people with syndrome Down. So meaning that there is an abnormality occurs at chromosome 21. All right. What is the symptoms of the people with syndrome Down? So usually they have a very slow growing rate in their, especially when we compare with their classmates, and also sometimes they have a language and communication problem. So in terms of physical features, they will be in upright and slanting eyes. So their nose will be tiny, and they have a flat facial profile. So they also have a very small mouth with a projecting tongue, and also short neck presentation. So in a physical look also, they may be shorter, and they usually have a simian wrinkle on their palm. Okay, Down syndrome causes hypotonia, which is a low muscular tone. So in this case, make their motor skill and coordination will be affected. So Down syndrome increase the risk of several medical conditions. This will include congenital heart abnormalities, gastrointestinal trouble, hearing and vision impairment, and sometimes in some cases they will be having a problem with the thyroid, and of course they will have a risk of respiratory failure or respiratory infection. So syndrome Down may cause attention problem, impulsivity, and also social issue. So they are very in social and emotional development. So some of the celebrity, international celebrity, they are very concerned about the disabled people, especially for the syndrome Down. And around 1995 to 1996, if I'm not mistaken, Morgan Freeman very actively participate in giving to the public awareness information related to the syndrome Down kids. So what he said that attacking people with disability is the lowest display power I can think of. So meaning that he tried to educate us not to bully, not to discriminate the people with disability, especially syndrome Down people. Okay, pathophysiology. What is the pathophysiology for the syndrome Down? Overexpression of chromosome 21 genes cause genetic syndrome. DYRK1A and APP, which are defective in syndrome Down, are involved in neural development, synapse function, and brain plasticity. DYRK1A overexpression affect the neuronal migration, dendritic spine formation, and also synaptic plasticity. So this will make a brain alter imbalance in terms of structure and function, so causing cognitive difficulty in syndrome Down. So another factor which causing a syndrome Down also because of the triple copy of the APP genes. So which make amyloid beta protein is another important part of the biology of syndrome Down. Amyloid plaque, which a sign of Alzheimer's disease and very often seen in people with Down syndrome, can form when the brain makes too much amyloid beta protein and also store it in there. So now uh, the last but not least is for the physiotherapy assessment, subjective assessment. So what we are going to do is the first part, for people with Down syndrome, the subjective assessment in physiotherapy include demographic data, the major or chief complaint medical background, the present worries, physical limitation, and also we need to know how they participate in their social life or daily activities. And most of the time, this review is done by talking to the person or to their carer or giving them some worksheet to be completed. All right. This is the example of the video. So I'm sorry with the audio problem, but this video related to the previous slide, which is we are taking the all the history related to these kids, this syndrome Down kids, and also the major complaint from the carer. Okay, next part for the physiotherapy assessment objectively, my partner Shazmin Azuan will proceed. Okay, please.
Good afternoon, good evening. For the physiotherapy assessment, I will talking about the objective assessment part. Okay, for your information is the patient and the carer. Okay, before we clock the patient, we are already taking the consent from the mother itself. Okay, for people with Down syndrome, the objective of assessment in physiotherapy are done by giving them specific tests, okay, and data to find out about their physical skill, muscle function, and functional limits. Even though there is different objective measurement tools may be used for different people with Down syndrome. The following tools are often used is next. Okay, first is as we know is GMFM or gross motor function, and then the second one is balance and coordination. Okay, the third one is strength and muscle function. The fourth one is range of motion. Okay, this one is very general measurement tools. Okay, and then we come to the fifth one is cardiorespiratory fitness, which is we use 6 minute walking test, atau other else we can use 3 meter minute test also. Okay, functional mobility. Come to functional mobility, we are assessing on focusing the patient or the baby or the Down syndrome person, the ability to perform a functional task such as walking, climbing upstairs, sit to stand. Okay, and then the functional mobility, commonly we are used assessment tool as time up and go test, TUG, or 4 square step test. Come to physiotherapy management. First is early intervention in importance. Okay, early intervention is very important to Down syndrome person. Then come to the second one is motor skill training, because Down syndrome person, uh, most of them are very uh, no, most of them are affected most of motor skill function. Come to the third one is postural control and stability. The fourth one is strength and endurance training, functional training and educational and family involvement, because family family or carer involvement is important to them to gain their motor skill and balance and coordination. Okay, for early intervention, early physiotherapy intervention is crucial to support motor development and optimal functional outcome. It focuses on providing appropriate stimulation, facilitating movement pattern, and promoting gross motor skill, which mean if there is delay in gross motor function, gross motor skills, so from that itself, the physio must re-educate the patient as well as the carer to regain the gross motor skill. Okay, come we see the video first. Don't worry if you can't if you can hear the voice, we will send the video afterwards. From now itself, I'm trying to tackle the child first, because he quite uh shy. Okay, next girl. Okay, come to the second one is motor skill training, where physiotherapy employ various techniques and exercise to improve motor skills, balance, coordination, and strength. Because motor skill, balance, coordination, and strength are very near to the people ending up with Down syndrome. This may involve activities such as crawling, rolling, reaching, standing, walking, jumping, and balance exercise tailored to the individual ability and goal. It just depends on the patient itself. This is the part where I try to see the child uh, gait pattern. Okay, the way he gaits. Where we can see the in this video, the patient walking in the waddling gait. and depending on her mother. Her mother said that he quite often fall if try to running. Means that we have noticed that this patient having balance problem, okay, coordination and strength also in the lower leg. Okay, this one is strengthening part. Okay, we try to strengthen uh, his hip and his lower back. Okay, patient able to do, but yeah, still child. Uh, the patient able to understand, able to follow. Okay, able to follow. If we said to raise up your buttocks, then the patient will raise up. But in few command around 3 to 4 command, it is about 2 or 3 times only that patient doing. So we advise the carer. Okay, next. Okay, strength and endurance training. Physiotherapy intervention often include strength training exercise to address muscle weakness. Which muscle is weak? We are trained that muscle. Okay, imbalance and improve overall muscle function. Endurance training, such as aerobic exercise and cardiovascular activity, is also beneficial to enhance cardiovascular fitness and stamina. For this patient, we are not focusing on aerobic and endurance training first. So we are focusing on treating the muscle weakness, the imbalance, and the coordination. So we try to increase his balance and coordination, and we put him on the trampoline. But he refused to stand on the trampoline. Maybe the patient feel maybe patient feel the trampoline was not stable for him to stand. He tried to stand with support, but just for a few seconds. Then he will sit again. Mm. Next. Okay, come to posture control and stability. We are emphasize is based on promoting posture control and stability through exercise, targeting core muscle strength, balance training, and functional activity. This intervention helps individuals with Down syndrome maintain optimal alignment, stability, and control during various tasks. We are trying to achieve the patient achieving their uh, task as much as the maximum the optimum maximum only. Okay, for the education and family involvement, physiotherapists provide education and guidance to individuals with Down syndrome and their families, empowering them with knowledge and strategy to support ongoing physical development. Okay, participation and overall well-being. They collaborate with families to establish home exercise program and incorporate therapy principle into daily routine. Okay, for this patient, the family support or carer involvement is very important because uh, he's still child. So certain words patient can't understand us, but when we train the carer can perform the exercise or what we taught to the patient at home as a home exercise program. Okay, so that's all from us. Come to the reference. There are a few of reference that we take to support our presentation about Down syndrome. Thank you.
Thank you.